What do you mean by raggeder? Nice work. You chose torn, and it is correct.
Then soars like a ship with only a sail. Which poetic device has been used in the line mentioned above?
Correct. Simal is the right answer.
Climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls. What does the word crest mean in this line? Air.
Perfect. Top is the correct choice.
Line 1 states how bright on the blue dash. What is being described as blue?
You're right. The sky is the correct answer.
Which punctuation mark is used in the line, "It a kite when it's new"? You chose exclamation, and it is correct. Which of the following best describes the imagery used in the kite? Good thinking. Bright and vivid is the right answer. What does the word raggeder mean as used in the last paragraph? Excellent. Torn is a brilliant choice. Which word means the same as in a very bad shape? Torn, dirty. Great job. Ragged is the accurate answer. How does the poet describe the movement of the kite in the sky? Right choice. Like a bird soaring is the best answer. Which of the following words mean the same as stormy wind?
Solid response. Gust is a valid choice.
How does the poet convey the idea of freedom in the kite?
Nice selection. Through the kite's flight is the correct and valid answer.
Which literary device is predominantly used in the kite? Well reasoned. Personification is the correct choice. What is the significance of the kite's color in the poem? Great thinking. It symbolizes joy is the right choice. Find a word which rhymes with crest in the given lines.
Strong choice. Rest is the right answer.
Then soars like a ship. Line 5 is what literary device? Exactly. Simal makes sense and it is right choice. Find preposition in the sentence. Climb to the crest.
Right again. To is a valid answer.
And up it goes. Who is being referred to in the poem? You got it? Your choice, Kite, is right. What does snaps its tail in line 4 appeal to?
Well picked. Sense of hearing is the correct answer.
What lesson can be learned from the poem The Kite? Good job. Your answer, freedom, is exhilarating, works well here. What did young Sup need to complete his tiger kite?
Smart pick. A reel and line is the correct choice.
With a dive and a dip, line 3 describes the dash. Bravo, movement of the kite is the answer.
Is the poem a rhyming poem or a non-rhyming poem?
Nicely done. Rhyming is a solid answer. What is the main theme of the poem The Kite? On track. Freedom and adventure is the correct answer. What does the wings of the kite compare to? Valid point. Sails of a ship is true. What is the kite compared as in the poem?
Excellent choice. Ship is the right answer.
How does a new kite look like in the sky? Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer. Who is the author of the poem The Kite? Sharp thinking. Harry Ben is the right choice. What is the blue referred in the poem? Clear logic. Your choice sky is sound and 100% true. When its wings fill up, it does not fly.
Correct response. False is the most accurate answer.
Find the antonym of the word bright.
Well done. Dark is the right choice. What do you do when string goes slack? Good thinking. You wend it back is the right answer. Who is the main character of the poem? Great thinking. The little kite is the right choice. The kite becomes ugly when it is dash. Sharp thinking. Torn and dirty is the right choice.
What happens when its wings fill up?
You're right. It goes up is the correct answer. The kite flaps on a string when dash. Clear logic. Your choice it is struck is sound and 100% true. The opposite of the word falls is? Perfect. Blows is the correct choice. Find the rhyming word of the tale. Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. Give synonym for the word slack. Exactly. Loose makes sense and it is right choice. Find the antonym of the word pull.
Correct response. Push is the most accurate answer.
What does the word soars means? Strong choice. Rises is the right answer. Find the synonym of the word dive. You chose plunge, and it is correct. A breeze is associated with a dash.
Excellent. Wind is a brilliant choice.
The poet of the poem The Kite is. Nice selection. Harry Ben is the correct and valid answer. Who is the speaker in the poem? On track. The poet himself is the correct answer. Who wrote the poem The Kite? Smart move. Harry Ben is an accurate answer. Who is the poet of this poem? Right choice. Harry Ben is the best answer. Sails like a ship is a dash. Nicely done. Simal is a solid answer. The word tides here means. Well reasoned. Current is the correct choice. What do you do with a kite? Good job. Your answer you fly it works well here. The kite soars like a dash. Great job. Ship is the accurate answer. The kite dives and dips in. Right again. Sky is a valid answer. The blue in the poem means. Correct. The sky is the right answer. Sails like a ship is a. Solid response. Simal is a valid choice. How does the kite soar? Nice work. You chose like a ship and it is correct. What does soar mean? Bravo. Fly high is the answer. With a dive and a dash. Well done. Dip is the right choice. How dash on the blue. Smart pick. Bright is the correct choice. It snaps its dash. Valid point. Tail is true. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? You got it. Your choice contact narrative
Ryan Changder on Facebook is right.